Aloha and thanks for tuning in to this See It Now special report. We're bringing you a live news conference with Maui Police regarding a triple fatal accident that happened earlier this morning. Let's go ahead and listen in.
Lieutenant Ken Kiata of the Traffic Division. I'll go over the fatal crash that occurred in Lahaina early this morning. First off, I'd like to offer our deepest condolences to the families who are affected by this tragic crash. At approximately 3:08 a.m., a motor vehicle collision occurred on Honoapi'ilani Highway 30, 241 feet south of Kiko Waena Way in Lahaina. Which is in the area of Wahikuli Wayside Park, milepost marker 23. The collision occurred as a gold-colored Ford Escape multi-purpose vehicle operated by a 22-year-old male from Kihei was traveling north on the highway at a high rate of speed when he crossed left of center and collided head-on into a gray Kia Soul multi-purpose vehicle operated by an 81-year-old male from Lahaina who was traveling south. Following the collision, the Ford Escape was fully engulfed in flames, where Maui Fire Department Engine 3 and Ladder 3 responded to extinguish the fire. The male operator of the Ford Escape was found within and was pronounced dead at the scene. The male operator of the Kia Soul, as well as his 75-year-old female passenger, was also pronounced dead at the scene. The male operator of the Kia Soul was wearing his seatbelt at the time of the collision. His female passenger was not wearing her seatbelt at the time of the collision. And it is unknown at this time if the male operator of the Ford Escape was wearing his seatbelt. Airbags in both vehicles were deployed, and the involvement of drugs and alcohol are pending autopsy toxicology results. Identities of all deceased are being withheld pending positive identification and the notification of next of kin. This is Maui County's 9th, 10th, and 11th traffic fatality this year, compared to 13 fatalities the same time last year. I'd like to remind the public that August is Pedestrian Safety Month. Just a friendly reminder to motorists to drive with aloha, don't drink and drive, put down your cell phones, and slow down. For pedestrians, be vigilant of your surroundings. Always cross in the designated marked crosswalk if available. Thank you. And I guess I'll time for some questions if anybody has some.
Do you know what caused, did you say 23-year-old male?
23-year-old male.
What caused him to cross the center line?
It's unknown at this time. It's still under investigation.
For the extraction, were first responders able to get the victims out?
So once we were done mapping the scene, gathering all the evidence, then we had to call back fire to have the bodies extricated from both vehicles. Anyone else?
I actually did have one question. Do you know if the fires caused the death or if the collision caused
That is unknown at this time. It's pending autopsy. So once we get that autopsy done, we'll know.
Do you know what the couple, the 81 and 75-year-old, was doing on the roadways that early in the morning?
We can't release that at this time. Okay, thank you very much.
And there you have it. It was a rather quick press conference with Maui Police. Again, they were going over the fatal crash that happened earlier this morning. Jonathan and I were taking some notes. Jonathan, if you could go ahead and recap some of what police just told us.
Well, this incident happened just after 2 o'clock this morning on the Honoapi'ilani Highway. This is right in front of the Waiakulu Park. Very nice area that a lot of people go to and go frequently. So apparently this vehicle was speeding, according to the police officer who just gave that briefing, and went on head-on collision with these vehicles that were involved. So sadly, there has been 3 fatalities involved, and according to the police from Maui, they're saying that this is the 9th, 10th, and 11th fatality of the year taking place on Maui roadways. I believe the situation was pretty bad in the fact that they had to call the fire department back to the scene to help extricate the deceased that was trapped in the vehicles after that accident happened. So it comes, on the month that we observe pedestrian safety, according to the police chief there. But sadly, these 3 that were killed, the identifications are not being released pending the notification of kin and also making that positive ID as to who these people are. So we also send our condolences to the family as they go through this very, very tough time. But again, lots more still to really work on before they can release more information about the victims.
One of the questions posed by the reporters was, did the drivers involved die as a result of the crash itself or the subsequent fire? As you heard Maui police say, when they arrived on scene, the vehicle was fully engulfed in flames. So it was a rather difficult scene to process early this morning. Once again, our Chelsea Davis was there at that news conference and is working to bring you some updated details in our evening newscast, as well as online on HawaiiNewsNow.com. We also want to